Just tell us where you're at. You're 2-2, just coming off a big historic victory. Have you had any time to kind of reflect on the significance of what your team accomplished Saturday and what that means?
Yeah, I think the number one thing is we won the game, and that's the thing where the goal is all week long is say, can we play our best football? Coming off the 2 weeks prior to that, and having some really honest conversations and honest evaluations to, for starting myself first as a coach, the coaching staff, the whole program, the leadership of the players. I think we all reflected to say, we haven't been playing our absolute very best football, and it's not necessarily an athletic thing, but more of an all-in thing. And there's a standard here we talked about last week, and we said all week long, hey guys, we're going to be all about that standard across the board, all three phases, and 24/7. We want to be about that standard because when you have that overarching high standard, it's something we all have room to improve on. We all have every single day, today, how we handle, tomorrow. There's something to get better at, and there's something to keep improving. The comfort zone is full of corruption, and that is something we want to stay far away from. It's very enticing. It's warm. It's the extra sleep. It's a nice little blanket in the bed like that, and so we want to stay away from that. Guys took the charge, got after it last week, and so what you see is a game. I think all three phases that we took made dramatic improvements, and so I'm excited about that.
So what are you going to do to make your players uncomfortable this week and get them more focused?
Well, we have an opponent that's coming in that's great. And that's right away. You know that what was good enough last week is no longer good enough anymore. And so while you have a great opponent that's coming after you hard, you've also got credible goals that I think we've yet to achieve. And we know we want to be the best. When the season ends and 2017 season looks back, and the historians look at this team, we want to say, hey man, they maximize their potential. As of right now, you don't pass judgment on a half-plucked chicken. And there's a lot to keep going on, and so we're gonna keep moving.
What have you seen from Western Oregon from their film that you're gonna be looking out for this season?
One thing that the new improvement for them is their quarterback Duckworth. He's 6'6", 230, 240 pounds, big man. He can make all the throws. You have a receiving core at Western Oregon that has been very good. Now you've got a quarterback that can make all the throws to them. So. Their O-line, I think, is being very efficient. They're so good, always good size on the O-line at Western Oregon. Paul Revis is back. He's a deadly receiver. The guy has 50 catches already in 4 games. And then you've got a defense who is very multiple. They play good, sound defense. They're going to get into some exotics at the right time. Coach Arne Ferguson does a good job with his program, and so we know that we got to put our A game together again this week.
Being up against an opponent like that and getting the chance to put in some of the second stringers and depth chart level guys, how do you think that helps the team moving forward, being able to get other guys playing time and boost their confidence and things like that?
Yeah, what's great, to become a better football player, you got to play football, and sometimes situations don't present it. We try to create the most rich learning environment possible in practice, the most competitive environment can in practice. We're not going to hesitate to back away from that. There is a value, though, when you can play your whole team that traveled to the game. So we played the whole bench. We got everybody some significant playing time, and now in that live fire, you can use that moment to let that player see himself really in tape. And so it brought out a lot of just deficiencies, and some players still have, and some of the younger players that need more experience. It shows that they went to a couple defaults of maybe how they played in high school, or you could tell the pressure of the moment that you're going to your habits, and that's the bottom line with any highly competitive college experience. Whatever sport you're talking about, is you're going to lean on your default, and so the reversion to the mean phenomenon happens, and so whatever that mean is for that athlete, you got to see it in the film, and so that's going to make for a really good film review time today, and it's going to be creating an amazing opportunity to learn and grow. So these players see themselves on live tape playing. Okay, they know how to apply the coaching points to really help the team be successful and help their position be successful.
And Coach, last week, the scoring record is what got all the attention, but want to give you the chance to talk about your defense and special teams. I mean,
Yeah.
D-line was great to start the year, very productive numbers-wise, but your linebackers, especially Adrian Shocks, just how he's settled into his role and how he played Saturday, and then the special teams making what seemed to be some pretty good improvements as well. What stood out to you about their performance this week?
Well, you go back to just the growth, the technical growth that they did. They've always been great athletes, and now can you take that athleticism and then merge it with the schematic demands, the technical demands that make the scheme successful? And so where you have a guy like Adrian Shocks, Willie Fair, Aaron Berry, you even younger guys like Adrian Berg, and then you have the whole D-line, how they're playing. I think where this week was, we get it, how your role will create success for the entire group, and eventually your plays will come as you continue to faithfully do your job. So a guy like Adrian, who I think had a great game, you see a steady incline. He's a constant learner, and so I thought he played our system with the great technique that we've been challenging him to. This was one of the best games ever for him, and you can see his speed, you can see his athleticism and his love for the team. What you saw last week was now he's understanding football. Now he's understanding how to play his role within our defense. Now, special teams wise, what I love the fact was that we were able to continue to make some improvements. We've had some special teams deficiencies coming up to this point. The kicking game, to see Jacob Hall be consistent on his PATs, his punting was amazing. We got the fake field goal that he was able to convert. Also, you saw the return game. A guy like Chris Hollis, who's returning, and he's electric with the ball in his hands. The guys are starting to understand how to make the blocks, how to fit it up, and I really, with you have 13 kickoffs, that's great tape to learn from, and a lot of people played, and so now what happens with that is your whole special teams depth chart really is more experienced and it becomes deeper. So this is a long season, and we got a lot of football and a lot of amazing opponents that are coming to our house, and we're going to their place. So from here on out, this week we're just trying to go 1-0 against a worthy opponent. And we're also trying to live out that standard and coach this standard and play to the standard of what is Azusa Pacific football. And we're not going to back away from the standard or compromise one bit.
And then talking about playing to the standard of Azusa Pacific football, another big part of your program is kind of the community aspect and life off the football field.
Yes.
I want to give you a chance to talk about the AFCA's Coach to Cure MD program with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, the fundraiser that's going on, the awareness.
Right.
This is your 8th year, I believe, in the program,
Yes.
and you've got a guest coming out this week. Just wanted to give you a chance to talk about why this is important to you.
I appreciate it because this is one of the big programs that's close to my heart. That are in a fight that is that we can't even understand, and so Ryan Gomez is going to be coming out again this year with us, and so that's our chance to show, hey, this is our support for you in your fight, and the whole AFCA organization stands behind you, and so you'll see all the coaches across America wearing this patch on their sleeve, and so if you have a chance to go ahead and text CURE to 50555 and donate $10. It's actually one of those diseases out there that's underfunded, and it's only relatively new in regards to the amount of research we're putting into it. So the more we can fund it, the more we can get it, make the advances, and find the answers to cure this disease. And there's got to be a cure out there for it, but unfortunately, in this world, you need some money for the research, and so we need to fund this research.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you very much.